Hi there. Welcome to ChatGPT 101, our artificial intelligence training module.
At the beginning of the course, we'll provide an overview of ChatGPT, its capabilities, and how it works. We will then provide you with useful tips to write prompts and fine-tune ChatGPT responses to your needs. Finally, we'll provide some tips on how to use ChatGPT for writing, citation and research in your everyday lives. By the end of this training module, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use ChatGPT as your very own personal writing assistant. So, let's get started and dive into the world of conversational AI. What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a state-of-the-art artificial intelligence language model, developed by OpenAI. It is capable of generating high-quality text in response to a given prompt. ChatGPT can be used for tasks such as language translation, text summarization, research, data analysis, and insight generation. It can be used to create first drafts of any written content. When you ask ChatGPT a question or send it a message, the system analyzes the text and uses it as a prompt to generate a response from its vast existing knowledge of data. Ready for your ChatGPT Starter Prompt Kit? A prompt is the message or question that you send to the AI model to tell it what you want to know or talk about. The prompt serves as the starting point for the model to generate text that is relevant and informative, using complex algorithms and neural networks. To write a GPT prompt, start with a clear and concise sentence or question that defines the information or response you are seeking. Use simple language and avoid ambiguity or complex phrasing. The prompt should be relevant to the task or conversation at hand and include enough context to generate a useful response. One of the most important aspects of inputting questions into ChatGPT is to structure prompts carefully. This means that you should use clear and concise language that clearly conveys what you're trying to ask. Avoid using complex language or convoluted sentence structures, as this can make it harder for ChatGPT to understand what you're asking. For example, you can ask ChatGPT to provide you with some ideas for blog posts about the topic of your choice. Or write a minute-long script for an advertisement about a product or service or company. You can also ask ChatGPT to write a product description for your product or service or company.
Another key aspect of inputting questions into ChatGPT is to use relevant keywords. These are the words or phrases that are most important to your question, and they can help ChatGPT to better understand what you're asking. Make sure to include these keywords in your prompt, and use them in a way that makes sense within the context of your question. For example, you can form your prompt by saying, "I need help developing a lesson plan on renewable energy sources for high school students." Or you can ask ChatGPT to generate a creative social media content calendar for the next month for your company on employee morale. Or generate a 2-minute video script for a Facebook ad campaign promoting your new home cleaning services. One more starter tip to remember: keep it short. In general, shorter inputs tend to work better, as they are easier for ChatGPT to understand and generate responses for. If you're working with longer inputs, consider breaking them down into smaller, more manageable chunks.
For example, you can simply type, "Write a sequel, prequel about the movie Avatar," or create a new playlist of song names from Beyoncé, or write a script for a movie with Beyoncé and Avatar.
So now that we know the basics of what a prompt is, we can start setting the parameters of our conversation with ChatGPT. If you want to generate responses that are specific to a certain topic, you can include keywords or phrases related to that topic in your prompt. You can also ask ChatGPT to be as predictable or as creative as you want it to be with the answers. Keep it conservative. "I'm looking for a more focused response to my question. Can you provide me with more details?" Or go wild, "I'm interested in hearing your most creative response." Think outside the box. Fine-tuning your prompts. You've asked your question, but want more relevant and accurate responses. You can use a clarification prompt. "Can you provide more information about X?" Or "Can you clarify what you mean by Y?" Or a cause and effect prompt. "Can you explain the cause and effect relationship between X and Y?" Or "How does X impact Y?" Or a specificity prompt. "Can you provide more details about a certain aspect of the question?" You can also add a contextual prompt. "Can you tell me more about the context in which this question arises?" Or ask for an example prompt. Can you provide an example to help me better understand your question? Scenario? You can ask for multiple perspectives by typing. Can you consider multiple perspectives on this topic and provide a response from each perspective? Or opt for a comparative approach by asking, can you compare and contrast different approaches or solutions to this problem? You can also make a response more accurate by asking for further details. Can you provide more details about X? Or can you expand on your response to Y? Or asking it to reword its response. Can you provide the same response in a different way? Or can you rephrase your response? By using these types of prompts, you can provide additional context or guidance to ChatGPT that can help it generate more accurate and relevant responses to your questions. This final portion of today's course is meant to give you prompts for everyday writing tasks and some tips for those that might prove useful at work. Let's start with some writing prompts. Start by stating the role you want ChatGPT to adopt in addressing your problem. For example, you can write, act as a PhD candidate in business. Please draft an essay on fluctuating financial systems in 2020. You can change the tone of the response by typing. Can you adjust the tone of your response to be more formal or informal? You can also choose the style of writing you would to see. Can you write your response in a casual or academic or technical style? You can also ask ChatGPT to present the response in the format of your choice. Can you structure your response in a bullet point or list or paragraph/format? Need a short or long answer? Type. Can you provide a short or medium or long response to my question? Finally, want to make sure the response is easy to understand? You can limit the use of technical words by asking ChatGPT, can you avoid using specific industry jargon in your response? Now that you have your answer, it is time to ensure that the responses are accurate, well-sourced, and well-cited through our citation prompts. Ask ChatGPT to present its sources. Can you provide a source for the information you just mentioned? You can use the claims. Can you support your claim with evidence from a reliable source? Or even present verification of its data. Can you verify the accuracy of your statement with a reputable source? Ask it to verify the authenticity of its claims. Can you provide a source that establishes the credibility of the author or organization? Make sure that the date of the response is recent and ask ChatGPT. Can you provide the date or year of the source you're referencing? Maybe ask about the source of the referenced response. Can you provide the name of the publication where the source was published? Or, can you mention the author or creator of the source you're citing? Finally, why not ask it for the link leading to the source? Can you include a link to the source you're citing? Or create a bibliography for this answer? You can also use ChatGPT as your preliminary research buddy. Ask it what methodology best fits your research question. You can follow up by asking ChatGPT to help determine the sample size and demographics of the participants. You can also input your data and ask ChatGPT to summarize the key findings of the study. Or ask it to discuss any limitations or weaknesses of the study. You can also ask ChatGPT to help you explain the implications of the study findings and the significance of these findings to the field or industry of choice. Finally, you can ask it to suggest future research directions based on the findings of this study, to help you better expand your knowledge. In conclusion, and as an AI language model, ChatGPT is trained to assist and engage with users through text. Once you master engineering your prompts, nothing can stand in the way of your expanding knowledge. Please stay tuned for our second module, on text-to-image generation, as part of the weekend training courses on artificial intelligence. Thank you for attending this course.